Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we've got the HS1 sitting on the stand and we're getting ready to tear it apart and see if we can figure out what's making all the commotion inside. I think we all know, but we just need to verify it. So let's get on with this. But before we do, please, if you would, if you like what's happening here on the channel, please give me a subscription and a thumbs up and hit that notification bell so that when I put up a video, you'll be the first to get it. So let's get on with it here. Okay, let's get this mag side off. Sometimes these can be kind of a problem, so we'll just do that first. When you try to pull the stator off of the rotor, just be careful with the points here. Sometimes you can drag it over the nut or the washer and will cause an issue. It looks like everything's okay, especially when you have to rock it like this. It comes right off. All right. Okay, next thing we need to do here is go ahead and get our hold down for the point lobe here. And just kind of work this. It will come out of there. There it comes. Set that aside. And to get the rotor off, you've got a special tool. And this goes up inside and pushes against the inside of the crankshaft. Sometimes these can be a pain, but most of the time they'll just come right off. You know, as long as you got the special tool, that's the big thing. Be careful with this. This is really sharp, so if you need to hold it, you know, quite a bit, you want a pair of gloves probably. There, that popped right off. So you can see the pointy end here. Okay, just to let you know, you can get by without this tool. A lot of people will take, this is a 10 millimeter 125 pitch. A lot of people will just run a bolt into the end of the crankshaft, and that sometimes will do it. But probably if you don't have the tool, the best thing to do is to get a rod and just have it sticking out the end of it, and then screw your 10 millimeter 125 bolt into the end of that. But you know, the best way is to have the tool. You can find them on eBay. You can get an aftermarket one, or you can find the Yamaha one sometime. Anyhow, just thought I'd let you know. Okay guys, I think the next thing I'm going to do is disconnect the oil lines and the pump. So in order to do that, I'll move this around so I can get to the pump. I've changed I've removed the oil, but I'm sure there'll be a little bit somewhere in there that'll pop up, cause me an issue. Well, let me see if I can get, well, should have the right stuff here to get this stuff going anyway. Back you up just a bit. hold on to those lines while you loosen the screws. Okay, on this one, well, it should be on both of them. You've got a spring and a ball. I can see the spring there. It's kind of stuck. There we go. So once you get this, I think you can probably see the spring here now. So I'm going to go ahead and get that banjo bolt back in there so I don't lose that. And I think probably the best thing to do is to, I don't know whether to disconnect this stuff first. Actually, I think it's probably best to just remove the side case. So maybe that's what I need to do. I think I might have to spread that kicker a little bit. Okay, just spread them with a screwdriver or something if you need to get them off. And I think I better go ahead and disconnect from the cylinder first. Let me rotate it back up. And again, be sure to hold your lines. They just get so fragile after all these years. Okay, that one's loose. Okay, that's good. Okay, I just went ahead and got in here with a wrench and got this other one loose. And I'll try to maneuver these around. I've already got the pump loose, so we'll try to get that out of there. There we go. And I've got my other spring and the ball's still in there. This is a parts pump, but we do need to keep it for parts. They're just hard to come by these days. All right, let's get on with getting things loose here. Okay, I want you to just take note here of this bolt. Every Yamaha I've ever seen had a screw there just like you have around the side case. So that is another scary thing. Let me see if I can get it loose. All right. Probably not anything wrong with it, but it just shouldn't be. Things like that, when things are not the way they're supposed to be, that's when I get concerned. So let me go ahead and get the rest of these removed. And try to fish these oil lines. There we go. I'll fish these out of the case. I just want to show you what's in this case. just looks like mud. It's kind of rusty looking even. Okay, take a look at the oil in here. The oil itself looks okay, but it just looks rusty. And this, boy, it just keeps getting better. All right. Okay, I think we're missing a washer here. Okay, let me get set up to get the clutch pulled off. It may just be red oil, I don't know. Everything's looking pretty good there. I don't think that the clutch has ever been off, unless if it has, it had a new lock washer put onto it. So let me get that one unbent, and we'll try to get it off. Yeah, I think I better get my handy dandy holder. Okay, you know, it's looking more like it's just red oil. I think I just found the washer here for the, yep, right there. That's supposed to go there. I'm gonna say it fell off, but ooh, I don't know. They're supposed to have two though. I'll have to look. The Enduros don't. They don't. They only have one on the outside. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can get this one off without. They probably should have done it already. Yep. Okay. Looks like the seal is probably okay. All right, so let me get this rolled back around. I'm gonna have to get a pan though, because I just know it's gonna leak some more oil. Okay, I got me a pan under there. Getting a little more oil leaking out of it now. Okay, let's go ahead and get our top end off. Okay, dump those washers. This one looks like it's leaking a little. Oh boy, it sounds so bad down there. I think that says 47 millimeter on it. I think it's more like 37, isn't it? I'll have to look. Be quite honest, I haven't even looked to see what the bore and stroke is on this. It's pretty small. Let's go ahead and... Okay, that one's loose. And that one's loose. Well, the rings are all free. All right, I guess kind of the next thing to do is get these off of there. Not it just really sounds rough in the bottom. And that's what we thought we knew anyway, so let me get set up to pull those out. Okay, I'm not real sure what the 47 is, but it's measuring 36 and a half. That's what a standard bore is on this one. 36 and a half millimeter. So we'll just see where this one ends up as far as whether we're going to have to bore it or anything like that. So let me get the other one off. Okay, another thing, looks like we've had plenty of water up here in the pin. And the other one looks just about like it. So we're probably going to need rods too. Okay, I'm just going to hold these up, take a listen. Sounds terrible. Let's move on. I went ahead and cleaned the shaft pretty good. Got the snap ring off and the washer. And one thing you can tell here, let me see if I can get you down a little closer. You can see right here, this seal's been leaking. Don't know how bad, but it is some. And another thing I found, I think I've lost it for the time being though, is there was a little washer laying down in here, and I don't think that belongs. It probably belongs on the stator. That's where it was. It was found right, laying right there. May just be an extra that was there when they assembled the thing. I don't know. Okay, this is the little washer I found. It's more like would go on the points or something like that, so that's probably where it came from. Now we should be able to pull this out, and I've cleaned that rod the best that I can so I don't drag a lot of dirt through the cases. Looks like everything's good there. And I'll go ahead and get me a snap ring plier, and we'll get the idler out and the kickstarter. Okay, we've got a washer here. And a washer and a spring washer underneath. So I'll try to get it, keep all that together until I have time to measure it. Measure all that stuff. This I can see is a little different than, like say, the Enduros. And I believe we can just get a plier on that, unwrap that, and it just comes right out. Goes into the pocket just like the Enduros does. Probably everything about the same. Same but different. Well, it looks like it's kind of been into it here too. I wonder what that's all about. Oh boy. Yep. You can see another screw here that shouldn't be there. Part of the case looks like broke out. So they put a screw in there to limit it. Boy, it just keeps getting better, doesn't it? All right. Let me get the pizza cutter out. That probably needs replaced. That's pretty loose. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. And I was kind of fiddling around with this spacer here, and I think it's probably rusted to the shaft here. It's going to be a challenge, I think, getting the crankshaft out. Okay, I did get the ball out of there for the clutch, and I'm going to go ahead and pop these, loosen these case screws. Okay, I went ahead and pulled the detent out and got the ball. And we've got the neutral switch. Okay, so I believe we're down to about ready to split it. I've got all the case screws out. So I'm going to have to now get it onto the bench because I'm, with my mounts here, I'm all the way through the case. So that's what we're going to have to do. So let me get it done. Okay guys, you see what I've got here on the bench? Now we know what the problem was. This thing was underwater. The bearings are bad. It's a mess. This is one of the worst things I ever did. I can't get the spacer off right here, so I'm going to have to pull it through the seal and then probably heat it to get it off after the crankshaft's out. If we get the crankshaft out, this is just turning into a big deal. These rods are bad on the top, and I'm sure they're bad on the bottom. So this is turning out to be not a good investment. But we're gonna move on. Let me see if we can get it split now. Okay, let's see what we can do here. I know there's an O-ring underneath that spacer. It looks like it's pushed it out all right. But if you can't get something off, you're just gonna have to do what you can here. I think it'll be all right. Looks like it's pushing through it, so maybe that's gonna turn out being the best thing we could do. Oh boy. Okay, go ahead and get our shift drum out of there. we've got a washer in there too. I think it'll go through. Yeah, there we go. This thing is okay. There it is. All right, let's see what we can do here. Okay, good shim on this side. And shim on the other side. It's falling off there. Yeah, this is pretty bad. It was full of water for a long time. Still a lot of water in there. And it wasn't just up here, it was in the transmission too. Just not as bad. At least it had oil in there. So I tell you guys, I just don't know. This one's going to take a lot of cleaning up, and it's going to take, it's going to need everything. And looks like it even needs a seal surface over here. So it's going to need a sleeve on this side. So I'm probably going to be using that other one. Looks just like mud in there. Got a cracked case right here where the Kickstarter goes. I don't know if you can see that. There's that screw right above it. Oh yeah, it's cracked. It's cracked below here too. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do here. That's all our noise right there. You can see some of the rust on the gears there. Yeah. It was underwater or just sat out open. Big mess. That's a shame. It's a it's a good little old bike, and it's just junk. Okay guys, there you have it. The HS1, no good, man. It's going to take a lot. It would need a sleeve for the seal, mag seal on the crankshaft end, and it's going to take both rods, bearings, all the bearings across the bottom. We'll be, I'll go ahead and break that thing open and we'll take a peek at everything, but it's, I'm probably going to end up using the spare crankshaft. This engine, I guess I can probably do the welding on the kickstart area, but this is probably $1,000 just rebuild on the engine. And that's eating my labor. But it's, I was just hoping for better. It was full of water. I don't know whether it had been underwater or just set out in the rain and the snow and everything else. But anyhow, it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time. So I don't know how quick I'm going to get on this thing. It's going to take a lot of money too. So I'll probably just start cleaning it up and see if I can get the welding done. If that goes south on me, then I'll have to pick up at least that right case. But we need to go ahead and get the bearings out and the seals out and all that stuff so we know to what extent the damage is. So thanks for going along on the ride. See you next video.